feel it? One look, baby, yeah, that's the realest. Curves like fire, soft but bold. Sweet temptation, cherry glow. I walk by, temperature rise. Say my name with your eyes. I don't gotta rush, I steal the show. Red hot sugar, cherry glow. Gold on my waist, light in my hair. Confidence dripping everywhere. I move like a secret you wanna keep. Tasting your thoughts when you try to sleep. Light dancing.
Hi guys, what's up? This is Neo again. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're gonna talk about a very veteran company, if you will. Netflix, the company which digitize everything personal entertainment and become a platform for other business, and how this is kind of similar to what SoFi is doing today. In 2000, year 2000, 26 years ago, what was one thing that was changing on a daily basis is how people rent their DVD, watch their movies, and there is this new company out of nowhere trying to just let people rent DVD with subscriptions, and it worked. So let's take a look. In 2000, Netflix had approximately 300,000 subscribers in the United States only. We are not even talking about outside of United States. Similar to today, SoFi mostly have members straightly in the United States only. At the time, the company was a 3-year-old unprofitable startup. 3-year-old unprofitable startup. Remember just about 9 quarters ago or 10 quarters ago, SoFi was still unprofitable as well. Every company, every great company start with a humble beginning. At the time, the company was a 3-year-old unprofitable startup operating a DVD by mail service. DVD by mail. At that time, connection to internet was very slow. So it was out of the question to stream any content to our personal computer, PCs. At that time, we did not even have iPad. No iPhone, no iPads. And DVD by mail service, and famously attempted to sell a 49% stake to Blockbuster for $50 million. Right? Everyone has a very humble beginning. SoFi Technologies at one point was said by analysts that the company could be running out of capital as well. So was this other great company. Now we all know Amazon, right? It has been in the red for so long, and many analysts did not see the glorious day of Amazon at all. They had sell waiting, left and right, short seller attack, Amazon left and right. Wow, look at these companies today, right? So if you have the foresight, if you have the insight also to see that digitization means more efficiency, better customer satisfaction, lower cost of business, and more control of vertical components of the entire business. If you have that insight into all these changes, which just change the entire industry, how it operates going forward, then you and I would be onto something really big if we have that insight and find that company. Let's see if SoFi is one of these companies. At the time, right? So it was just 50 million. It want to sell almost half, just a hair from being half of the company stake sold to Blockbuster for 50 millions only. And nowadays, what is the worth of Netflix? Let's find out, people. Let's find out. Almost 400 billion. And nowadays, half of the company costs you around 200 billions. Right? And at that time, half of the company sold to Blockbuster for 50 millions. They did not want it. They did not want it. Blockbuster. And eventually, they went barely up. They were not there for the time of change. Subscriber status. All 300,000 members received DVDs through the mail, as streaming was not introduced until 2007. Yeah, when the internet was fast enough, right? Otherwise, what are we there for? We turn on the computer and we wait for maybe 10 minutes for the show to download, or once in a while, if it is streaming, it stops because of being so slow. And then stop for maybe 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, and then it's continue showing again. You know, it doesn't make sense, right? Okay, so financial context. The company was struggling financially, right? That's what I said. Burning through more than 50 million in 2000, year 2000, during the dot-com bubble burst. How people didn't see all the upcoming changes of these industries. How people listened to the old-timer analysts who do not also see the coming change for these industries. What are the old-timer analysts? They are 60 years old. They are not very versed in using digital personal gadgets, let alone iPhones. They didn't see the coming of iPhones. They were so rooted in the old Nokia phones, Nokia, OMG. And they would rate Apple as a sell. Crazy, right? And they didn't see Netflix coming. They would rate Netflix as a sell just because the company was not making a dime in profit. They didn't see that Netflix was onto something, up to something. They are trying to fundamentally change the entire industry and make it much more efficient, more cost effective, and has total control of the vertical integrations of everything, which in turn enhance the overall customer satisfaction. Nobody saw it coming. Nobody saw SoFi coming. Nobody saw Amazon coming. Even Tesla was trying to digitize transportation. However, they were only successful to a certain degree. And now, if not the tariff are blocking all the greater Chinese electric car coming to our store, Tesla could not even stand a chance. The company, okay, we talk about Tesla a little later because it may go off a tangent from here. Okay, growth path. It took until 2003 to Netflix to reach 1 million subscribers. 2003, from year 2000, almost threefold, right? 330%, within those 4 years. And SoFi now has 13.7 or close to 14 million subscribers or members, right? So in this regard, SoFi is so far ahead right now if you compare to 2003, that day for Netflix. OMG, people. When Netflix went IPO in 2002, they only had 600,000 subscribers. And nowadays, they have over 300 million subscribers all over the world. Maybe 330, close to 330 million. But when they went IPO in 2002, they only had 600,000 subscribers. Can you imagine SoFi from now? 14 million members. One day, SoFi will have 200 million members all over the world. If you can see that day coming, all we are talking about are companies which are trying to digitize the entire industry, and nobody is seeing them coming. And if we have that insight, it is to our benefit. As of early 2026, Netflix has over 325 million paid subscribers globally. See? I was close, 330, my guessing was. This milestone was reached following strong growth in late 2025, driven by live programming and popular original content, comfortably positioning it as a top streaming service in the whole world. Subscriber total over 325 million as reported in January 2026. Key driver live events such as NFL games and boxing, alongside strong original content such as Stranger Things 5. Expansion. The service is available in over 190 countries. Can you imagine one day SoFi will be in at least, I would say 19 countries. 1/10 of this. Okay? At least, something that we can achieve, not something that is looking more like a moonshot to us as of this point in time. Ad supported growth. The ad tier saw strong uptick in 2025. Amazing business, right? What else? Netflix experienced significant subscriber growth between 2000 and 2005, expanding from small DVD by mail service to a major player with 4 million subscribers. And at that time was only need 4 million subscribers to be called major player in the industry. And SoFi now has 14 million members. Come on, people, right? Don't we see these companies are gaining market shares every day, every month, every year? Just like SoFi. Its membership just continue to grow. You don't have to like their service and product. Not everybody like Apple. Some use Android. Not everybody love Tesla. Some are driving Rivian and other electric cars. Some even love Chinese electric cars, but they can't buy it here yet, at least. Some people don't like Netflix, and they will subscribe to other channels and other companies. Not everyone love Costco. Some people love Walmart better. Not everybody love Amazon for the same reasons, right? So, but you don't have to like this company. But when you are talking about investment, then we have to really take a look if these companies are gaining market share. Are they doing something which could fundamentally change the entire industry forever by bringing more efficiency and lower cost and better customer satisfaction to the table, right? So early 2000s growth was fueled by replacing traditional late fee with a flat rate subscription model targeting customers frustrated with service like Blockbuster. See, late fee model. That was Blockbuster. They normally let you rent their movie in maybe 3 days, 3 nights. Remember, 2 nights, some of them, if they are brand new movies. And then if you are just 2 hours late or 1 day late, they charge you a late fee. Remember that? Just like how the legacy bank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo Bank, Citibank, they charge you late fee if you are late to make some payment to your mortgage, credit cards, and also they charge you fee whenever, monthly fee even for doing nothing with your accounts. They charge you monthly fees. My Bank of America used to charge me a $25 monthly fee just for keeping the account open. I did not even do anything. No wire transfer, no nothing. No payment that I use from that account and I close it. Why charge me? The reason they are charging me to keep my accounts open is because they have all these overhead costs, which are so inefficient because they are legacy banking system. And they rely a lot on manual labor to keep track of all the accounts and transactions. So much inefficiency in the system, in their legacy system, and they have to pay rent 24/7. Even though all their thousands of branches are not open 24/7, they still have to pay rent. Those are overhead costs. And people and human that they hire, people call sick, they still have to pay their sick leaves, right? So those are extra overhead of the legacy banking system, which SoFi does not have. Blockbuster charge so much fee because they have to pay rent. They have thousands of locations across the country and they have to pay rent, right? So they have all these extra overheads, but Netflix did not have. They are mostly just asking you to drop off the DVD once you are done watching, right? So they can suck up some of the cost because they are so cost efficient. They are so effective in their business model. So they don't even charge you late fee. They charge you a one-time subscription fee every month. That's it. You just don't get to get your next DVD until you return your existing one, the current one that you are watching. That's all. Simple. Simple. Simple business model, and it works. And it revolutionized the entire industry. Nobody saw it coming. So simple. Nobody saw it coming. No analyst saw it coming. Otherwise, there would be analysts recommending everybody to buy this company left and right. But no, nobody. Just like SoFi. Nobody saw it coming. Nobody say SoFi will be worth $1,000 per share 5 to 10 years down the road. No analysts dare to say that. Once they say that, they cannot sleep. They want to keep up with their rating. Every quarter, they have to be very, very close to the target price of the company. Otherwise, their rating go down. They don't want to risk that. You and me, we are long term. We are not like them. They are short term. Right? Then why do we listen to those analysts? By the way, they are old age people. They are 60 years old, 70 years old, all these analysts. They don't even use iPhone. Then how do they know Apple will be great in the future? They don't even watch Netflix. They are still going to Blockbuster and renting the movies. Then how do they know that Netflix will work? They are not even using SoFi app via the phone. So they don't even understand how great SoFi and how efficient and how seamless everything is. Nobody knows. They don't know. So why do we rely on the analysts? All they know is looking at the financial statements and, oh, it's not making money. Sell rating. Oh, it's making some profit. Okay, buy rating. That's all they do. Numbers only. But do they care about what the business fundamentals are and what they are exactly doing to change the entire industry? No, they don't go into that detail. No, not like us, not like my fellow YouTubers. Even me, I still try to dig deeper for every single company, and we really have to rely on ourselves. You do your due diligence and I do my own due diligence, and we share information together. This is a very lovely world that YouTube exists in, where we can share information together. We don't have to rely on some high-end controlled channel which control all the information. If you don't pay, you don't get certain information. Oh, come on, man, right? Okay, so the 2004 subscriber base increased to 4 million 2005 by the end of this period. Netflix has grown to 4.2 million subscribers and was mailing 1 million DVD per day. And then remember, by 2007, they pivoted to streaming because by that time, the internet was already fast enough. Netflix officially pivoted from its DVD by mail model to streaming in 2007 with the launch of its Watch Now service. Although founded in 1997 as a DVD rental service, the company recognized that broadband internet allowed for digital delivery, leading to the introduction of on-demand streaming to subscribers. Such as by 2007, Amazon started with the web services for B2B businesses because at that time, internet was already fast enough, right? Then company can leverage on Amazon digitization to streamline their own day-to-day workflow. So then it is very natural that other companies start to sign up with AWS, Amazon Web Service. Starting from 2007, 2008, 2009, but the first few years because the internet was still kind of slow and some companies were concerned about remote cyber security issues with the cloud. So Amazon did see very slow adoption for the first 2 to 3 years, but after 2010, 2011, it started to see more demand for the AWS, and the rest was history. Just like how SoFi, they are starting with big banking business, right? We as investors should expect a slow adoption at first. For these first couple of years, maybe very slow. But then by the third and fourth years, it will be seeing accelerate demand as usual. Because that company, at first, they look at you, they look at each other. Are you going to use SoFi platform? Are you going to use SoFi platform? Is it really that good? Some companies, they don't believe in it yet, and they still want to have time to understand more about if they should go with the SoFi platform. Would it really streamline and lower the cost and increase customer satisfaction for their own company, right? So if they see one or more company sign up with SoFi and then they see the benefit that goes to other companies, then the other companies that are on the fence, they will eventually sign up with SoFi, same thing, right? So initial launch 2007, the streaming service launched in January 2007 with roughly 1,000 titles. 1,000 only. Yep, you're gonna start with somewhere, right? Providing a limited free add-on to existing DVD subscriptions. Strategic shift. Netflix followed on streaming to combat the eventual decline of physical media, investing heavily in technology and licensing. Global expansion 2010s. Whoa. And the rest was history too. One day SoFi will do global expansion. Do you see that day coming? I do. Right? The analysts don't. None of them mentioned that. None of them, right? Following the pivot, Netflix expanded its service to Canada in 2010, followed by Latin America and the UK, and launched its first major original content, House of Cards, right? Do you remember that? 2013. All right. Wow. Based on the growth from approximately 600,000 subscribers in 2002, when the company IPO'd, if you remember, to over 325 million subscribers by the end of 2025, early 2026. Then the CAGR, which is very important, annualized subscriber growth, but then CAGR is combined annual growth rate. Combined annual growth rate. If we take that combined annual growth rate, it is about 30% annually. Remember SoFi annual growth rate for membership growth is roughly 34 to 38% for membership growth. But for Netflix, it's only under 30%. So if Netflix can grow so much in there, now we are talking about the period between 2002 and 2005, 2025 at the end of 2025. Let's take a looking at their stock, right? Let's see. And Netflix, let me go here. What is the company worth now? Between IPO and now IPO, since they have already had a few times of stock split, so originally the IPO price was, let's say, $10, but then due to the number of stock split, so now is way under $1 per share, but originally it's not like that. So due to stock split, it looks like it was 6 cents, okay, and go up to 135, as we can see. 6 cents, okay. $2,250 times, people. If you have that insight, I'm not asking you to buy at the very first day right after IPO, right? But if we look at 2010 when 2007 when it's a period from DVD to streaming, 2007, would you be able to have the foresight to foresee that this could mean a fundamental change to the entire industry? And if you buy at that time, let's say 30 cents per share, and now it's 135, 30 cents per share. Let's see, 135 divided by 30 cents. 450 times, people. Even if you didn't buy after IPO to have that 2,250 times gain, even if you bought the share in 2007 after the company have made the announcement that the company is pivoting from DVD rental and subscription to streaming, if you have that foresight, if you see that opportunities that this company is going to have, you could have enjoyed 450 times of return if you bought right after the announcement of their period to streaming. 450 times, think about it. Each $1,000 you put in, if you put in $1,000 right now is how much? 450,000. If you put in $10,000 right now is how much? 4.5 million. That's simple. In the history of business, they are full of disruptors. These are disruptors. They bring a fundamental change to the entire industry. It streamlines everything. It controls the vertical stack of workflow. It controls big data of when the users, members, subscribers use their services. All these company that I want to share with you about today: Netflix, Amazon, Google, Meta, Apple, SoFi, well, Tesla to some degree. These are all big data companies. They control all the data of their users, subscribers, and they even share and sometimes sell their data to third parties. For example, Meta sells some user data to ad companies, advertising companies. Even though it draws some backlash, but still, this is one way to show having control of your own data means a lot. And Google also use data. They sell their map data, right, to other companies. And for example, Tesla cars use Google Map too. Tesla doesn't make their own maps, right? All right, so I have a lot more to talk to you guys about, not just Netflix. I have other company I want to share with you guys, but if I go from one company to another and finish this list, it will be so crazy. It will be 2 hours. So everything that we want to talk about Netflix, I mostly have discussed it with you today. And let's take a look. If you remember, the membership growth since IPO until now is about 30% year over year membership growth, annualized growth, right? And then if we talk about SoFi, the annualized growth membership is actually 53% between its IPO 2021 and the last quarter 2025. It's actually 53% growth. And if we look at the Netflix PE at 36, SoFi PE is at 33 forward PE, and SoFi price per sale is 6.7. Netflix is 9.2, even much higher, and growing at a slower pace compared to SoFi. OMG, SoFi should be worth much more. And SoFi big banking business will draw a new channel of revenue growth for the company going forward. And their Q1 2026 earning report is coming in about 9 more days, April 29, people, before market. Okay, I will talk more about other companies, the other Magnificent Six, excluding Tesla. Okay, Magnificent Six. Tesla is the only company in this group, the Mag 7, that doesn't have continuous growth for its revenue. Its past 2 years have seen its revenue come down, and last year was 8.6% negative, which was bad. And while the company is not facing any tariffs, UK did not have tariff for Tesla car. And then Japan did not have tariff for Tesla cars, and Germany did not have tariff for Tesla cars, but Tesla still end up losing market shares and doing worse than expected. Because Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, said in 2021 that Tesla should see 50% year over year sales growth for the electric car segment, but it never come to fruition, never materialized. In that regard, I cannot really depend on Tesla's own expectation for its future growth in terms of sales and revenue, so I dismiss this company for now. And I will only talk about Netflix, Amazon, Nvidia, Google, Meta, Apple, SoFi. Okay? SoFi, so good people. Thank you for watching, and this is already almost 10 p.m. Have a wonderful evening, good sleep, and see you guys next time. Thank you. Amazing company going forward. These companies are just all share humble beginnings and go under the radar. People mostly dismiss the effort of the CEO. The CEO are visionary. They keep on carrying out their own vision, regardless of what the rest of the world view the company. Their efforts, man, amazing people, amazing people. Nothing is financial advice. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful evening.